Y'all ever been to IKEA? One of the few stores that makes you walk through the whole building just to buy a lamp. They trap you with those dang Swedish meatballs that make you walk off the calories for the next 3.5 hours while you're forced to browse bunk beds you never knew you needed. Oh, and those shortcuts are not shortcuts. They just send you directly to those cushy L-shaped couches with cup holders and foot massagers. And then you see the dressers with a million drawers that can hold all the old clothes you'll never wear again. And you think you're almost out, but you run into the beds that are 4 feet high of cloudy heaven and make you sink into the depths of the universe. But suddenly, before you know it, you arrive at the registers and finally buy your lamp, and maybe a side table, and a dresser, and a new desk, and a dining room set. We need new chairs for the patio! You might have twins, get the bunks. You know what, get that king size for yourself.
They said they practically assemble themselves, right?
Oh, Timmy. Make your comic IKEA. Craft an experience tailored to guide your readers from one page to the next. Draw them in with your meatball art and make them stick around for your cushy couch story. Escort them through a labyrinth of furniture fantasy, bogshade, fungus, shallot. You know the yang, the yin yang.
It's called balance!
Okay. Also, do your best to ensure your readers won't want to look for fast exits or shortcuts. And most importantly, make them feel like their investment was worth their time and their money. But you can't do any of that if your pages aren't uniform or if they're not set up properly. Otherwise, you might finish your book and notice a serious error that will make you have to go back and fix every page one at a time. So here are the standard dimensions for a physical comic book page. Your width is going to be 6.875 inches and your height is 10.438 inches. And if you set your DPI somewhere between 600 and 1000, you're good to go. Cool, huh? Well, see you later. Hold up, I just found a bunch of stuff about panels, bleeds, trim. What the heck are gutters? We gotta clean those? Look, I got some panel templates already set up. Can we just start making comics?
I'll tell you why you can't.
Not now, Timmy.
Listen to my tale.
Timmy, we're on a tight schedule. Squire, my armor hath broken asunder. Fetch me a replacement as quickly as you can, and I shall promote you to be a page for my father, Lord Osley of Smidgen, Swafton, friggin' Vondermont.
Huh? A promotion?
Well, you'll still be a servant.
But still a promotion. Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
Out of the way!
Good morrow, Smithy. I require a panel for a broken breastplate.
What size doth ye require?
Oh, I'm not sure if... And there's no time to go back and ask.
You gonna buy more than one?
I only have coin for one. I'll take, that one over there.
All right, here you go. Hope it fits.
Thank you. I'm gonna be a page.
Watch it, peasant.
Sorry. Whew, I've got the panel, sir.
Excellent. You'll make a wonderful page, Jimothy.
It's Timmy, sir.
Timothy, this is humongous. You the knight? Indeed. Osley. Well, I guess a poorly chosen panel will ruin a potential page, Sir Osley. Seriously. That's what I said. If you've ever used a printer before, you probably noticed that you can't print stuff all the way to the edge of the page. This is where bleeds come in. I ain't got time to bleed. Yes, you do, Jesse. Bleeds mark the eventual edge of the page. Once your page is printed, the printer, or yourself if you're pulling a Gutenberg, will trim down the edges of the page so your art will reach the edge and be completely uniform. The dimensions I gave you earlier account for bleed, so in whatever program you're using, you can mark where the bleed is by setting margins or guides to 0.125 inches. You can and should draw beyond those lines, but don't put anything important past them like page numbers or text because they're probably going to be chopped off. Trim is a specific line you want your page to be trimmed at, whereas bleed is the bare minimum that needs to be hacked off. So if you're one of those picky weirdos who didn't have their sandwiches cut properly as a kid, I'm sure you'll want trim lines due to some repressed issues.
Was that necessary?
Diagonal is superior, Timmy! Gutters are for if you're binding with hardcovers, but I just bought half the warehouse at IKEA, so paperback is more in my budget. All right, let's talk panels. Comic panels are the framed story beats through which you'll tell your story. They can come in a variety of shapes and sizes, and you can put them literally wherever you want. Maybe you want to emphasize a big moment and take up an entire page. Or maybe you want to use 50 panels and... Okay, calm down. We're not trying to start a solar farm. But what the heck goes in these panels, you might ask? Well, it's time to give you the keys to unlock something called your visual library. Think back to all those movies you've seen over the years. Every scene was created from a blueprint called a storyboard, which is essentially a comic book the director makes to illustrate the look of each scene in the movie. So if you've seen a movie, you saw the end product of what a storyboard or a director's comic book looks like. Every dramatic screech, every impact of a punch or a kick, every sword fight, shootout, car chase, explosion, every wizard rap battle, I guess. Those visual references are all logged in your brain, just waiting to be unlocked and translated into a comic book format. So, review some movies that could help you build some scenes, apply your story, art, and characters, and throw them into some pages and see what happens. So, let's recap. You know how to write a story, you've drawn some characters, you know what words are, and now you know how to set up a page with panels. When you start putting your pages together, you might get discouraged that they're not looking exactly how you want them to, but you can always go back and tweak them or start fresh. The easiest thing to do now is sit back and agonize about not producing a high quality product. So put your skills to the grindstone and make what you can. Trust me, it always feels better having made something than made nothing. So be free, make stuff, and have fun. Speaking of freedom, so your dad fired you? I left. I said, "Father, your last name is way too long, and I don't want to be a part of your business. I want to joust as an independent." So a freelancer? Precisely. Ah. So your father's business must have been rough. Oh, it was torture. What did he do? Stock trading. Ah.